So here you are, just sitting at the computer and sitting and typing and scrolling and sitting, and next thing you know, you're in a real wad. Well, next thing you want is some low back rescue. Ouch, that hurts. A typical assessment for any low back or leg tightness is the forward bend. So do your forward bend before you get started, and if you have a minute, just hang there. Starting with posteriorly tucking the pelvis. So this means making the back of the pelvis lower than the front of the pelvis, and do this without picking up your heels. Exhale while you're doing the tuck from the side here, exhaling while you're doing the tuck and keeping your feet flat on the floor. Tilting the pelvis from side to side across the midline without letting your feet lift off the floor. So just one knee bends while the other leg stays straight and allows that tilt into the deep pelvic muscles. Exhale while you're doing the tilt, just as you did while you were doing the pelvic tuck. Tuck, tilt to one side, release across the back, and then tilt to the other side. So remember, the breathing is inhaling while you're releasing between the tilts. So release there, tilt, tuck forward, tilt the second side, and release. So that's the inhale. Tilt and exhale on the tuck. Exhale on the second tilt and release while you inhale. So you just keep your feet flat and notice all the sensation that's happening in your hip muscles while you're doing all this. Go both directions, of course. So exhaling during the tilt, tuck, tilt, inhale and the release. Exhale, tilt, tuck, tilt, inhale there on the release. I would suggest doing this whole sequence 5 times in each direction at least. You can always do it more than 5 times, but at least 5 times to get some benefit from the exercise. All right, then you just roll it. So now you've warmed up all 3 main angles with your exhales, that tilt, tuck, tilt with your exhale, keeping the feet flat, just round out the square so you make it a nice fluid motion. And go for 5 times in each direction just to make sure you get some benefit out of the exercise. Now remember, just doing the pelvic tuck by itself is very beneficial for the low back. Exhale during the tucking motion and everything else just falls into place. So after you've done all this work, let's reassess. Forward bend. Wait a minute. What happened there? Look at this is what I had before. I almost couldn't touch my feet. Now, here I am all the way down to the ground.